What should be the duration of my breastfeeding at one go? This is the question that I hear from every girl that I meet who have just delivered or who have been breastfeeding for last 15 days to 1 month to 2 months, and there's always this one question: what should be the duration of my breastfeed at one go? Let's understand. There are books which says that once in every 2 hours you are supposed to breastfeed. So yesterday the mother to whom I was meeting, she has delivered 5 days back, and she asked me that doctors, sisters and everybody have told me that you should breastfeed only after 2 hours and you should never breastfeed before that. But my daughter is getting hungry after every 1.5 hours. So what should I do? Should I give top milk, that is lactogen, or should I continue to breastfeed? What should be done? And I think I personally loved my answer. I just told her कि किताबें तो डॉक्टर ने पढ़ी है ना कि बाबा you should breastfeed after every 2 hours. But that same book आपके बच्चे ने थोड़ी ना पढ़ी है. What do I mean by this? The book is written by a specialist, by somebody who understands the topic and a generalized, probably observing few people around, and they come up with this conclusion. But your child has never learned that book to program the mind that I'm supposed to ask for feed after every 2 hours. Every child is different. So understand few of the very, very basic things if you are a breastfeeding mother. First, whenever you breastfeed, observe for the right latch. Breastfeeding should never be, it should always be. The nipple and the brown area around nipple should be inside the baby's mouth. So if the latch is proper, the milk flow is good, go as per the intuition of the child. I've seen kids who are done with breastfeeding within 5 minutes, and I've seen kids who take 20 to 25 minutes for breastfeeding, and both is okay. Nobody is wrong, not that your milk is less. It completely depends on your child's muscle strength and the strength with which your child is sucking and the flow. So understand something. The first point, the latch. Observe, the latch should be good. The second point that you have to keep in mind is that re-breastfeeding. So if you are breastfeeded decent for 10 to 20 minutes, that too with a proper latch, you will not breastfeed within less than 45 minutes. That's extremely important. You should not feel that after every 20 minutes you are sitting for breastfeeding for 1 hour. That's not a right thing at all. Never re-breastfeed within 45 minutes. Even if we say that breastfeed on demand, let this demand don't become a playtime for your child, because for your child, your chest, your breast gives lot of coziness, lot of comfort, lot of security. So your child want to be there. For these 20 minutes, see to it that feed is on. It should not be that out of 20 minutes your child is off to sleep and 10 minutes goes into sleep, and whenever you're trying to take your child out, the breastfeeding starts. So you actually confuse. Is my child hungry? Is my child full? So preferably we say for these 20 minutes, keep talking to child. Do a chanting. Do a talk as a mother. Appreciate the child for breastfeeding, and you'll realize the child is done with breastfeed at a very fast go. So this one thing actually helps. Third thing, you cannot define the feed time at one go. It may vary from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. See to it that at one go you don't cross it beyond 30 minutes. If your child is awake, if your child's latch is proper and your child is sucking, scientifically we say that your child's muscles does not have a strength to suck for 30 minutes. So that's the upper limit what you need to breastfeed at one go. Then how do I understand after how long I'm supposed to re-breastfeed? Observe. So yesterday I was meeting one of the girl in the hospital round, and she told me, no, I breastfeeded, but then my child was hungry, so I gave top milk, that's a lactogen to my child. So, and I checked, she had a fabulous milk flow. So I asked, who told you your child is hungry? She said, no, nobody told you. I felt so. What do you mean by I felt so? You cannot define I felt so. So preferably use your mind and your heart in combination. If latch is right, you are breastfeeded for 10 to 20 minutes and the gap was more than 45 minutes, and at one go you are breastfeeding for 5 to 30 minutes, then you will have to understand what my child is doing is naughtiness or it's a truth. So if your child is doing just opening its mouth, people check here, people try and play like this. So if a child is opening the mouth, they say, no, your child must be hungry. Not always. Yes, sometimes the signs do work, but not always you can go with that. So you have to understand, if your child has gone through first 3 steps, if your child is hungry like within 1 hour where you feel, no, I think he has breastfeeded well, just for some time, take your child close to you, take your child on your chest, just move a bit with your child. Every crying is not hunger. Every crying is not hunger. Might be your child is missing you, your child want coziness, your child want warmth, your child want you to take him or her close to you. So do all these techniques and probably take out more 10 to 15 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes, 1.5 hour, quarter to 2 hours. It's a decent gap. There are kids who take up to a gap of 3 hours. Even that is normal. How do I know that my child is feeling full? So if you're doing this transition of shifting your child on exclusive breastfeeding, observe how many times your child is doing pee. That's washroom. Your child should do minimum, especially it's a summer season, minimum should be 6 times. And other than summer season, it should be minimum of 10 times. Pee across 24 hours. So if your child is doing this much pee and there is a decent weight gain, I'm not talking about first 8 days. First 8 days your child will lose weight and then your child start gaining weight. If your child is gaining weight, that means your breastfeed is enough, that's more and that's fabulous for your child. There's one more doubt that every new breastfeeding mother has is, what do I do if my breast is not feeling full? So relatives keep telling you, no, breast should feel full, breast should leak, then only your breast milk is enough. No, there are enough girls who feel soft at the breast and still have an awesome milk flow. Again, books are there for reference. They are not the tagline on which we are supposed to hang on. They are the helpline where you help, you understand, you customize things as per your convenience, your body, your breast, your milk flow, and top of everything, your child. And that's how the entire thing goes. There are mamas who says that, again the 2 days back, the case where I met, she said, Shreya, twice in a day my child sleeps for 4 to 5 hours. But in one of the book I read that if your child sleeps beyond 3 hours, it might affect your child. It might do some damage to your child's health. No. Twice in 24 hours, your child can sleep at an extent of 4 to 5 hours. That's okay. After that, what you will observe is cluster feeding. What do you mean by cluster feeding? If your child has slept at one go for 4 to 5 hours, once your child is awake, you will observe that your child is breastfeeding more often. Probably after every 1 hour 15 minutes, every 1 hour 15 minutes, every 1 hour 15 minutes, 4 to 5 times. And then your child is again set for the routine timing of say 2 hours or 1.5 hours. So cluster feeding will be there when your child sleeps for an extended time. Just because your child has slept for extended time, don't think that I should wake up my child in between and I should feed top milk to my child, otherwise something will happen. Please don't get into all these things. And last but not the least, when should we give lactogen to our child? When you know latching is not happening. When you know your child is not able to suck for at least 5 to 20 minutes, somewhere in between over there. Somewhere when you have pressed the brown part and you are not seeing enough milk on the nipple, that means the pores are not yet completely open. You might need help of lactogen. If pores are open, flow is very good, just focus on latching right. You will not need lactogen in that process, in that phase. In case all these things are okay, but your child is immediately hungry within 20 minutes of breastfeed, please give only that much lactogen so that your child can sustain for the next 20 to 30 minutes, which is your next breastfeeding time. You should not give top milk of 1 katori or half a katori, whereas your child is off to sleep for 3 to 4 hours. That's lethargy. That's not stomach full. Please understand, breast is best because that gives an awesome nutrition to your child. That's best for your child. It brings coziness and closeness between you and your child. You will have to understand that I must get the basics of breastfeeding right. Never ask, this is dangerous question to ask anybody, that how much time your child breastfeed? You know, my child takes 20 minutes. Who have asked you to ask this? It's personalized. If you're meeting a lactation expert or to your pediatrician or to your doctor, you can talk about it. But if your child is peaceful, your child is contented, the pee count is decent, your child is sleeping for 4 to 5 hours, otherwise your child is doing cluster feeding, please don't worry. If weight gain is normal, why you are worrying? Stay peaceful. Every child is different. God has personally designed and created your child as an expression of Him, and every expression is different. Enjoy and cherish being a breastfeeding mother. Please don't get confused. Stay peaceful. If you've got any question about breastfeeding, please put it in the comment box. I shall answer it in a Thursday #AskMyDvija segment. Thank you so much all of you. Have a great time and bye.